All right, it's that time for the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video Monday evening, 28th day of September, only a couple of days left in the month, and what a weird month it has been precipitation-wise. Of course, we've had this long stretch of dry weather now reaching its 15th day, but it's ending this evening as rain is pushing in as we speak. I want to start out with the calendar view of this month's rainfall. It's really all occurred in 3 days, the entire month. The 2nd, the 7th, and the 13th. Every other day has been dry or just featured a trace of precipitation officially at the Youngstown Warren Airport in Vienna. Because those 3 days featured so much rain, we're actually above the average in terms of rainfall for the month at the airports. All right, the longest dry streaks dating back to 1960. Our streak is going to end at 14 on day 15 today. Yeah, we're going to see some rain before midnight tonight. So the streak ends at 2 weeks. We've done this several times since 1960. This was not a record-shattering dry stretch by any stretch, if you will, of the imagination. But it is notable. It's been about 3 years since we've had a stretch this long of dry weather. All right, I'm recording this video at 6:54, and rain is pushing in. Earlier today, the Storm Prediction Center did have parts of northern Ohio in the low-end risk for severe weather. Was never real impressed with the possibility of severe weather today. I thought some claps of thunder would be possible, but I've seen almost no lightning with any of this over the last handful of hours. A little gusty breeze can accompany this, sure. And certainly some localized downpours will accompany especially the leading edge of this rain pushing in over the next couple of hours. Behind this, behind our front, it becomes much more of a showery pattern across the upper Midwest, where that cooler air is residing both at the surface and aloft. That cold air aloft makes the atmosphere unstable, and you get these pop-up random showers, and that's the kind of situation we'll find ourselves in as we head into midweek. Not hard to find the front this evening. It's 75 here locally at 7 o'clock, but it's 57 in Columbus, 56 in Detroit. So that's the air mass that is tracking our way. Steadiest of the rain tonight occurs in the next handful of hours. This will become more hit or miss, I think, as we head past midnight and through the overnight hours, and I think we'll shake most of these raindrops by the time a lot of people are heading off to work and school Tuesday morning. Maybe a leftover shower, but I don't expect a whole lot by about daybreak. Rainfall totals tonight. Here's a look at our computer model spread, generally between a quarter of an inch and a half an inch. The NAM model is kind of an outlier with over a half an inch, closer to 3/4 of an inch. So I think a quarter of an inch to half an inch will be a pretty good average for tonight. Again, some of the first rain we've seen in over 2 weeks. As we go to the day Tuesday, again, any showers very early should fade away. I think we'll see some sun at times, but then the clouds will thicken again as we go into the afternoon. Actually, a little bit of a tricky forecast for the end of the day tomorrow, as some of our modeling is trying to show rain crawling back up the spine of the Appalachians and even west of the Appalachians as we get into the late afternoon and evening, including our in-house model here. If you take this literally, we would have to allow for some showers to reemerge, especially east of I-77 in eastern Ohio, western PA, during the latter portions of the day tomorrow. We're going to keep an eye on the model trends this evening and adjust our forecast as needed. As we go into the day Wednesday, second in a series of fronts heads our way. Out ahead of the front, it's not going to be super cold Wednesday. It's going to be breezy, but we'll get into the mid-60s, actually not that far from where we should be at this time of the year. But behind this next front is when the mother lode, if you will, of chillier air will arrive. Might see a couple of showers Wednesday afternoon, and then we get into a lake effect regime by Thursday. Not the middle of winter, so it's not snowflakes, but lake effect rain showers will be a possibility. Most numerous, closer to I-90, up into northeast Ohio, northwest PA, but it could be a shower here and there around here. I think our cold is going to kind of peak, if you will, at the very end of the week and into the start of the weekend. So only 56 Friday, 54, that's it for Saturday. That's more typical of Halloween rather than the first Saturday of October. Temperatures, I think, will start to moderate as we go into that second week of October. So the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center shows what else is new hot out west. But you don't see those deep blues on this map any longer in the eastern U.S., and that 8 to 14 day period may shake out as actually pretty close to average here locally, starting maybe a little below average, but ending a little above average, and it comes out in the wash as overall pretty close to the average. Wanted to show you this evening's long-range European model temperature trend here. Of course, the blues, the greens, the purples, that's all below average stuff, taking us through that first weekend of October, even into the first couple of days of the new work week, around the 6th, 7th, 8th. Beyond that, though, some of the warmth out west pretty good model agreement here that some of this is going to start spreading east. This doesn't mean that we're going to be longing for our pools to be reopened or anything like that. But I do think that warmer days are ahead by mid-month. So just because October is going to start out very chilly does not mean the entire month will be just we're heading straight into November kind of a pattern. Overall, the idea that October might still end up being warmer than average, I think, is still valid, based on what I'm seeing beyond this first stretch of chilly weather during the first week of the month. All right, thanks for watching tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. We'll have updates on the radar, everything you need to know about any precipitation heading our way Tuesday, on social media this evening, tonight on 21 News at 11, and I'll see you back here Tuesday evening.